Case Files exclusive. There is now heat on the owner of this beach shack, the shack called Curlies, which is a very popular destination amongst young party goers, particularly in North Goa in the Anjuna beach. Report mentions that the management of Curlies beach shack knowingly permitted the use of drugs in their premises. Narcotic activities were happening in the Curlies beach shack. Most recently, just a few days ago, when this Sonali Phogat case came to light, you can see that CCTV footage. And mind you, Edwin Nunez, who is reportedly the owner of this beach shack, has also been taken into custody. The question, though, is this is an infamous place. Scarlett Keeling, of course, was linked to this particular beach shack as well. In fact, her mother had alleged that Scarlett Keeling's body was found from very close to the Curly shack, and she had last visited that particular beach shack. Let me go across to Anshul, who has more details from Panaji. Anshul, how exactly did this function? Because clearly this was a destination that had been in the news for all the wrong reasons even 10 or 12 years ago. So how was it allowed to function in a way that it tragically has led to the death of another young woman?
So this is a big nexus, even Zaga, as you rightly mentioned, 2008, when that British girl was found dead on the beach, on the Arjuna beach, which is approximately a kilometer away from the Curlies beach. It was then also revealed that how there was a big nexus of not only administrators but also these such pub owners and the politicians as well. That at that time the son of Home Minister was also incriminated in this case, and that is the same thing that has happened over here now. Edwin, who has been arrested by the Goa police, he is being said to have very close contacts with the power circles in Goa, and that is the reason why he's being allowed to carry out with such nefarious activities in his pub. And not only his pub, but in North Goa, the area around his pub, two, three more pubs around that area, they also are infamous for such kind of rave parties that happen day in and day out. And also it is a very open secret in Goa that yes, if people are going to North Goa, and especially in these pubs, they are going to have a party over there and probably going to take drugs. That is a very open secret over here in Goa, and that is the reason why we saw that when Edwin was arrested, and in that interrogation that happened of Edwin, he said he actually agreed to the fact that he knew that there were drugs being peddled and consumed in his bar, in his pub, and he knowingly allowed that. So yes, big revelations coming in from this case file that we have managed to access, Zaka, and that is the reason why Goa police, to complete the entire investigation, is going to travel to Haryana. A team of at least 6 to 7 members of the Goa police will be travelling to Haryana tomorrow, where they will be meeting with the family of Sonali Phogat and will try to establish an exact timeline as to when did she leave, what did she tell at her home, because there are different stories coming up from different members of the family of Sonali Phogat. Yeah. Initially, the family members said that she went to Chandigarh and they do not have any idea how she reached Goa. So to fill these entire gaps in this investigation, the Goa police will be travelling to Haryana. Also, a report of the entire investigation that has been done till now, that report will also be sent by the Goa DGP and to the Goa CM, and from Goa CM that report will be sent to the Haryana DGP and the Haryana CM. And after that, if the Haryana CM feels that there is a need of a CBI probe in this entire case, because various police are now involved in this, the Haryana police is also involved in this, the Goa police is also involved in this. So if the Haryana CM feels that there is a need for a CBI probe in this entire matter, then the Goa Chief Minister has said that he would then recommend a probe into this. But as of now, the Goa police seems to be on the back foot as of now, because in the FIR they had mentioned section 302, which means that attempt to murder or murder had happened. But yes, by the clues that have come to the fore by the investigation that is going on, it is going to be very difficult for them to establish that the amount of drugs that was given to Sonali Phogat was intentional actually, because the statements that have come to the fore actually say that the amount of drugs that were given were probably out of accident, and they did not know as to how much drugs needed to be consumed for that party. And that is the reason why it is getting tough for the Goa police to prove the entire situation now.
We'll leave it at that, Anshul. Thanks for joining us and bringing that piece of investigation as to how Sonali Phogat, a TikTok star, then became a neta, very popular on social media. How she must have been in her 30s, maybe early 40s. how her life was cut short, and that too because of drug overdose. Let me go across